If you are trying to support or care for an aging parent who wasn't such a great parent to you and it still pains or angers your heart, I made this video just for you. Hi there, I'm Sofia. I make videos to help you support your aging parents with the best strategies, information, and resources so you can both have the best outcomes. I hear from so many of you caregivers who are trying to support and care for your aging parent, but who say that that parent wasn't such a good parent themselves to you. And now the adult child is having a difficult time getting those images out of their head, getting those voices out of their head, getting those bad feelings out of their heart while they're still trying to care for and support this very same parent. It is a huge struggle for a lot of us. One of my viewers recently commented that she was struggling with her mom. She said her mom used to say hurtful and harsh things to her after she got married and moved out of the home because mom felt abandoned. And the mom continued to verbally lash out at her whole life until mom started to get old and got dementia. Now in old age, her mom is quiet and calm, but my viewer continues to have feelings of anger towards her mom when she has to be a caregiver for her. She's really grateful for her mom and she wants to feel peace. She wants to feel love towards her mom, but she doesn't know how to get rid of the anger and the frustration from the past and how to get those harsh voices out of her head. And I hear similar things from other people in different forms, like, why should I take care of them? They didn't take care of me. Or how could I possibly take care of them? No way. Or there is no way I'm going to do it, and they just cut off all connection with their parents and they refuse to help or get involved. These feelings are so understandable and they're very complex. Today I'm going to gently tread into the water of how you can navigate these feelings and hopefully begin the process of feeling better so you can focus more on supporting your parent without the past interfering. But this video is not for everyone. If you are a victim of severe abuse by your parent and you continue to experience severe emotional trauma from your past with your parent, then this video is probably not for you. Or if your anger continues to run deep and just thinking about it or talking about it causes you great distress, then I'd rather you not watch this video. If these were your experiences, I'm really sorry, but I don't want this video to bring things up for you and then leave you with no professional support to help you process. So please, please turn this video off now because it won't be helpful for you. For everyone else, and I know there's a lot of you out there whose parents were less than optimal, let's say, and it's still inside you and it's still getting in the way of how you feel about providing support and care to that parent, then please watch this entire video. And if you want to get the very most out of this, I suggest you stop right now, go grab some paper and a pen or pencil because we are going to do some exercises. And before I jump in, if you are not sure if you should even get involved with taking care of a parent who was abusive to you when you were younger, then I highly recommend that you take a look at this video first to help you navigate those decisions. So if you've been following my channel, you know that I talk a lot about my dad. I took care of my dad until he passed away a few years ago. But I don't know if you noticed, I never talk about my mom. After more than well over 100 videos, this is the first time. My mom died more than 20 years ago. She was not a good mom. And actually, most people would say she was a horrible or a horrific mom. And I'm going to see if I can tell you my story without going into too much detail and without crying. My mom was incredibly physically abusive to me and my brothers and sisters. I grew up on a working ranch, and we were the cheapest labor for pennies per hour, which later she would steal back from me. And when she was angry, severe corporal punishment, all in capitals, all of us in a row. It was so bad that none of us lasted until we were 18, except one out of the 5 of us. The rest of us at age 14, 15, 16, we were all out of there as soon as we could. One by one, we ran away from home, never looking back. I was the last. I was the youngest left alone with her until I ran away in the night at 14 years old, and I never went back. I know it's not kind to say, but at the time I hated her so much, I didn't speak to her for years after that. Fast forward to me today. I actually really wish she was alive because I'm so much more capable of understanding and dealing with everything that happened. Today I can say I have forgiven her. Today I can say I understand her, I love her, and I miss her. And if she were alive and needed my help and care today, I could give it to her. So I'm going to tell you how I got from being that 14-year-old girl running away in the night to being me today. It's been a long journey. I was lucky that things fell into place for me along the way. I ended up going to college and I studied psychology. That was all just theory. It was not until I got into grad school for social work that is when the real work of starting to help people started to come into play. But we could not help people until we worked on ourselves first. So we had to go to therapy and work out all of our own crap first. And of course, my crap was my mom. That was the beginning of my lifelong interest and exploration into me and how I thought and felt and how I dealt with stress and coping and trauma. And I want to share with you 3 things I've learned over the years that are going to significantly help you decrease your stress when it comes to caring for your parent who wasn't the best to you. These 100% changed the way I feel about my mom and actually changed my life. So, ready with your paper and pencil? You're going to get the most of this if you write this down. First thing is really getting a very deep understanding of your parent and why they did the things they did. What was going on with them at the time? How were they raised by their parent? Was there substance abuse in the home? Were they mistreated by their parents? What was their level of stress in the home and why? What was going on in their marriage? What was going on financially? Were there cultural or religious influences? For me, my mom, she was raised in another country. And she married an American serviceman, my dad, and he brought her here to the United States, a new culture with no friends and no family. They bought a ranch out in the middle of nowhere. They had 5 kids, and then my dad left her with 4 kids still at home and no money on this ranch all alone with no support. She couldn't afford ranch hands, so she used us. She came from a country where children obey their parents 100%. They do what their parents say without question, and they don't make a fuss. They don't get into any trouble. They don't talk back. That is what my mom expected of us. But we were born here. We wanted to do what all the other kids did. We wanted to go to our friends' houses, go ride our bikes, and we certainly didn't want to work all our free time on the ranch. But the ranch was her livelihood, and she was desperate for income. She was stuck here between 2 cultures, with no friends, no family, and really 0 support. All of these things put together gave me an understanding of what was going on with my mom that made her go overboard in her punishment. And to be honest with you and true, when I think about it, with all that she had going on and what she was going through, how could she not have been so stressed and take it out on us? I honestly think that if it were me with that level of stress, it may have pushed me to the edge also. So I want you to write down all the things that were going on with your parent that affected how they were with you, the things that influenced their behavior. And I'm not saying that it is okay behavior. I'm not condoning negative behavior, and I'm certainly not saying that just because there's a lot of stress that that's an excuse for mistreating children or adults. However, having an understanding of your parent as a person in their life and in their circumstances may just help dull the knife that's been in your heart for a really long time. Take some time, write these down, and pause this video if you need. Second, this might be a little hard, but not impossible. Think about what are all of the positive things that occurred because of what your parent did or how they behaved towards you, and write them down. How has your life changed for the better because of it? What have you learned from it? What have you learned not to do? As a result of their behavior, did you end up in a place where something good happened, or you met someone significant in your life? There is always something positive if you look deep enough. What are the positive things that came out of this for you? For me, my childhood experiences led me on a path of self-exploration and self-healing and self-development that has been with me for my entire adult life. I can say it's made me the person I am today, and I think I'm a pretty good person. Because of it, I'm a good mom to my kids, never physically punishing them, and I can say that I can help my clients a whole lot better because of my childhood experiences and the path that life took because of it. And because of those experiences, I am so close to my brothers and sisters. They're a lot older than me, so I went to live with my one brother when I first left home, and then later moved in with one of my sisters. Some of us over the years, we bond over our shared experiences and support each other, which has strengthened our bonds even more. I'm so thankful for the relationships I have with my siblings. They are my people. They are my best friends. And I don't know if we would have had the same relationships if we didn't go through the same childhood experiences together. And this takes a lot of practice and a lot of time, and it sounds a little bit crazy, but I have gotten to the point where I can say that without my childhood experience, my life wouldn't be as good as it is today. So you take some time, write down all the positive or good things that have come to you in your life because of the experiences with your parent. And third has to do with memories. It's kind of amazing how we can take a few memories and those few memories set the whole tone for our entire interpretation of our childhood. But I have to ask you this. Did your parent do that negative behavior all of the time, 100% of the time, every single day? No, probably not. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here living and breathing today. And just the very idea that we are alive and kicking means our parents had to have done something right along the way. So I want you to write down the good memories that you have of your parent. Moments that you felt loved. Moments that were happy. It's so important not to let these get buried. And honestly, this one is a little harder for me because I don't really have that many good memories. But I do have a few. One, we were sitting cross-legged on top of the kitchen counter for some reason, and we were eating avocado out of the peel with a spoon with cream and sugar in it. And I just remember feeling so happy in that moment that She let me sit on the kitchen counter, and I just thought we were being so silly together. Another memory that I have is of us singing that song, The Rose by Bette Midler. I had 2 old cassette players. On one, I recorded The Rose off the radio, and then I'd play it back, and I would record us singing it on the other cassette player. And then we'd play it back, and we would just laugh because we sounded so horrible. And then we'd do it again, saying, we're going to do it way better this time. But all that meant is we just sang louder. We were horrible, and it was so much fun. And you know what? Those are the only 2 good memories I have of my mom. And I am going to tell you, I'm going to hold on to those with all my might. I am not going to let them get buried. So my friend, doing these 3 things, understanding what was going on with your parent, trying to tune into the positive things that came out of that situation, and holding on to some of those good memories, they're not going to change the fact of what your parent did, whatever it was that they did. But these exercises, while they're not going to change you and how you feel overnight, because there's more work to do, but this is an amazing beginning to start thinking differently about your parent. These exercises will start to help you decrease the hurt and anger in your heart over time, so you can better support and care for them as they continue to age. Like I said earlier, today I can say my mom is forgiven. I can say I love her and I miss her, and if she were here and needed care, yeah, I could give it to her. This is what I want for you. I really hope this information was helpful for you. I hope it wasn't too much for you to have to think about. But I genuinely believe it will help you. If it resonated with you, leave me a comment below. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up like always. I thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you next time.